Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video we are going to have a look at the top 10 items everyone needs in their spring capsule wardrobe. I really like the concept of a capsule wardrobe, of just owning things you actually wear and not having a huge wardrobe full of clothes that don't get worn. So what I like to do is building a mini collection of items for each season, which I think are essential to have to build beautiful outfits, but at the same time it helps me staying quite focused and minimalistic and not going on shopping sprees because I actually thought about the pieces I need. So if you're struggling with not knowing what items you need, what items to buy, and overbuying maybe things you don't actually need, I think this video could be quite helpful. So grab yourself a drink and let's get started. First off, I have some general tips before we get into each item individually. Number one, stick to neutrals. Maybe sprinkle in a little bit of color, a light blue maybe, some sage green or some pastels. But spring for me is really about lighter colors, everything feeling fresh and breezy and airy and kind of almost getting ready for the summer season. Neutrals are great because they are very versatile, so you can wear them with almost everything. Let's say a white, a cream, beige, brown, black. I mean, black is a bit dark, but I personally do like wearing black in every season. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but I do like it. Tip number two is don't go overboard with patterns. Stick to one pattern, if any, per outfit. I personally really think stripes are a great pattern to have in your wardrobe if you want to add some. Checks are also nice, but if I had to choose between the two, I would always go for a stripe in spring summer, but you can equally not choose any pattern and look very put together. Tip number three to build a beautiful spring capsule wardrobe is go for good quality over quantity. Go for natural fabrics, well-made clothes, because you do see the quality and also they will last so much longer, which also plays into this capsule wardrobe world anyways, because you focus on a few items that ideally are of good quality, so you have them for a long period of time. So this point is actually quite essential. Tip number four is go for classic pieces and silhouettes over trend-driven items, because you will get a lot more wear out of a classic piece that's easy to combine rather than having a trendy piece that might only be cool for one season and then you don't wear it anymore. Tip number five is master layering. Spring is all about layering because the weather can very much fluctuate during this season. In the mornings it could be quite cold, actually quite wintry, and around midday it can feel very summery. So mastering layering is very important in this season. My biggest layering tips are stick to a neutral color palette. As I said, neutrals most of the time go quite nicely together. Don't be afraid of mixing materials. Wear a cotton shirt with a nice woolen cable knit jumper and a silk skirt. It can add a lot of interest to your outfit. And the last tip on layering is master lengths. This can be a little tricky. Sometimes outfits just look a little strange and you can't quite put your finger on what is wrong. Oftentimes it can be the lengths. For example, if you have a trench coat that's shorter than, I don't know, your skirt, and it kind of shortens the leg because of that. Or sometimes a pair of shoes just doesn't work with a pair of trousers. The trousers should be longer or shorter. Or something I also don't like is if you're wearing a midi dress and it's cinched in at your waist. I would never wear a blazer over top that ends at your hip, because that alters your silhouette. If I were to wear a midi dress and I wanted to wear something over the top, I would go for something cropped, a cropped blazer, a cropped cardigan, something like that, a cropped jumper. All of this will still give you that hourglass shape. I don't have strict rules about this. When I wear an outfit and something looks off, I just check the lengths and see if they work well with each other. And tip number six of my general spring capsule wardrobe tips is take care of your clothes. Iron them, clean them, take them to the dry cleaner. Just put some effort into the appearance of your clothes. You will look a lot more put together and a lot more elegant, trust me. Okay, so now that we have these general tips out of the way, let's get into each individual piece. The first item on my list is a t-shirt, a simple, basic, plain t-shirt. T-shirts are very versatile and they are great layering pieces underneath of jumpers or blazers or just on their own. They are also really timeless because, let's be honest, when do you not need a t-shirt in your wardrobe? Everyone has them, everyone loves them because they're comfortable. So let's just get a nice quality one. Maybe you will say, but this is just a boring t-shirt, why is it on this list? Well, you don't have to go for a cotton one. You could also go for a silk one or for a woolen one or some mixed blend t-shirts, and you can really elevate the look. My favorite place to shop for t-shirts at the moment is COS. They have a really big variety of single color t-shirts, but also quite a lot of different striped t-shirts. I currently own 3 short sleeve t-shirts from them and 1 long sleeved, and they hold up really well. So I am thinking about adding to this collection because they're just so easy. If you are still looking for a good t-shirt, I'm going to link the COS ones down below for you to check out because they are my big love, so maybe you will like them too. Next on the list is a cotton jumper. I personally really love a cotton jumper. They're not too warm. Let's say you have a woolen jumper. This one will keep you a lot warmer than a cotton jumper. But in spring, as I said, the weather can change so quickly. So it's nice to have a more breathable option. It is still warming. It is thicker than a t-shirt. Oftentimes they are long sleeved and it is an added layer, but it's just not too warm. Another bonus is it's very easy to take care of them because you can just chuck them in the washing machine, which with woolen items you do have to be a bit more careful about them. But if you have a cotton one, just throw it in the washing machine. Normally I use a wash net just to make sure that there are no pulled out threads, but I have not had any problems with my cotton jumpers. They wash like a dream, so that is a huge bonus for me. What I like to do with these jumpers is I like to just wear them over my shoulders, knot it in the front, and if it gets cold I can always put it on. But oftentimes it looks more like an accessory than an actual clothing item. If you have very sensitive skin, a cotton jumper is also a great alternative because it is not itchy. A lot of woolen items can be a little scratchy on your skin, some aren't, but most of them do tend to be at least a little scratchy on your skin. And cotton jumpers don't. So if you struggle with that, definitely get yourself a cotton jumper collection because they feel incredible on your skin. They feel just like a t-shirt but a little thicker, so that's just great. Number 3 on the list is a classic shirt. In my personal opinion, if you want to build an elegant capsule wardrobe, you will need at least one shirt. A shirt to me is one of the most classic and timeless pieces you can add to your wardrobe, and it's one of the clothing categories I reach the most for. Again, a shirt is a clothing item that's so versatile. You can wear it underneath of jumpers with your collar peeking out, you can wear it underneath of blazers, but you can also wear it on its own. Or if you have a more oversized shirt, you could wear it as an overshirt, kind of more like a jacket over t-shirts or tank tops. Shirts come in a lot of different materials. I would recommend for the spring summertime to go for a cotton, linen or silk shirt. They do have different looks to them. So for example, a silk shirt is a lot more flowy and feminine on your body and it has this very elegant sheen to it. A cotton shirt, on the other hand, is probably the most versatile. It can look very formal if worn with a blazer, but if you have like a striped shirt that's a bit more oversized, it can also look very summery and as if you're going on holiday in Italy. So the cotton shirt is very, very versatile, and the linen shirt is a true summer shirt. It's definitely more for the warmer days. Linen has this beautiful texture to it and it gets a little more wrinkly, so it has more of a laid back feel to it. This one definitely looks like summer holiday, but you can wear it on a warm spring day as well, or as an overshirt. If you want to add a little pattern to your wardrobe, again, I would just go for a striped shirt. I think stripes are just the best pattern to wear in spring, summertime. So yeah, maybe a light blue and white striped shirt, or you could have a dark blue and white striped shirt, or I think there are a lot of really nice white and red striped ones out there right now. A lot of options, so pick the one you like the most. Number 4 on my spring capsule wardrobe list is a midi button-down dress. Seeing as spring can actually be a little cold in the mornings, I do like to wear button-down midi dresses because it is a lot of fabric covering you up, but it looks a lot more flowy and feminine and light rather than having, I don't know, long trousers, long maxi skirts. Just adds a little bit more air to the look. If you layer a cozy jumper over the top and wear it with boots, you can also wear it on cooler spring days, so you don't just have to wear it on sunny days. You can wear it all throughout spring. I think a button-down midi dress is a very flattering dress to have in your wardrobe because the long button line in the front really elongates your body, and you can also cinch yourself in at the waist very nicely, which gives your figure just this beautiful hourglass shape that I personally really like. It also looks really effortlessly chic, and you kind of always look very put together when you're wearing this type of dress. And what I love in particular about wearing dresses is it's just so easy, because you just put on one piece of clothing, add a bag, add a shoe, maybe a pair of sunglasses, and you're good to go. And still, you almost always look really elegant wearing this type of dress. So it is one of my go-tos for these days where I'm just a little lost in my wardrobe and I want to feel good about myself. I personally would start out with a patternless dress because having a midi dress full of pattern can feel a bit much. But if you already own one or two plain dresses, maybe try out a pattern, a stripe, maybe a check, maybe some polka dots, I don't know. But for the first one or two dresses, I would go for a plain one, maybe a lighter colored one for the springtime, and you should be good to go. Number 5 on the list is a blazer. Again, such a classic piece to have in your wardrobe. They are amazing if you want to just wear them as a jacket over the top on a chilly day, or just if you want to create a really elegant looking outfit. Oversized blazers look a little more laid back and cool, whilst fitted blazers look a little more feminine and chic. They are also a great day to night piece because in the daytime you can wear it with a t-shirt and a pair of jeans if that's what you like, or maybe a t-shirt and a short skirt. That's how I would wear it. And in the evenings you could wear it over a slip dress and have it looking really elegant with a pair of heels and a nice small bag. You can of course go for a woolen blazer. That's probably the most versatile and classic one. But if you already have a few blazers in your collection, maybe consider going for cotton or linen blazer. They just add a little more, I don't know, spring summer vibes into the mix. They look a little bit more laid back. They also are a lot more prone to wrinkling, which linen is supposed to wrinkle. Linen wrinkles elegantly, so you can't really do anything about it. But if that's something you don't like, don't go for a linen blazer or cotton one. But I don't know, they just have this spring summery feel to it. So yeah, I would consider adding one of these if you want to try something new. Next we have a trench coat. We're just throwing out the classics here right now because a trench coat after a blazer and a shirt is just something everyone can use and need in their timeless, elegant wardrobe. I don't actually own one, which I'm so gutted about, but I do want to get one this year. You can definitely tell that spring is upon us when people get out their trench coats. The most classic one is probably a beige one, but you could also go for a navy one, for a green one, for a white one or cream one. There are different colors out there, but I personally would start out with a beige one, although it is the most common. Owning a beige trench coat is great because you can wear it with almost every other color. It's super versatile. That is why I would start out with a beige one, because it goes with practically every single color. Again, it's just great for transitional weather because you add another layer, but it's a very lightweight one. It still shields you from rain and wind, so don't worry about that, but it's just not like a thick woolen jacket or coat over the top. On number 7, we have a midi skirt, preferably made from cotton or silk. As with a midi button-down dress, a midi skirts add a lot more femininity and flowiness to your outfit, but you're still actually quite covered up and it will keep you warm. I would probably go for a cotton or silk midi skirt. It will keep you less warm than like a woolen one, but it still has the fabric that protects you and it just looks a lot more, well, spring-like. Skirts in general just add a lot of movement and grace to your outfits because it just flows around your body when you're moving and it just looks really feminine. Because it adds such a beautiful softness to your outfit, you could actually combine it with more structured pieces like a cotton shirt or a crop blazer or a crop jacket. This will contrast really nicely and add a little more interest to your outfit. What I also really like about it is that most midi skirts are quite waist defining because they normally sit at your natural waist, not all of them, but a lot of them, and that will give you this hourglass shape. Number 8 is a small bag. Why a small bag? Well, it just feels a little less drowning. If you wear a big bag, you always look like you're going somewhere. You have places to be, you have a lot of stuff with you. And spring is just more of a lighter season. So it's nice to have a lighter bag with you, a smaller one that doesn't overpower your entire outfit. Oftentimes you wear more lighter and delicate fabrics in spring, and a small bag complements these a lot more than a big one would. They're also a lot more lightweight, which is perfect if you're more outside, walking around, exploring, traveling. So that is another perk that's not just focused on looks. I personally would go for a neutral bag so you can wear it with all of your outfits, a brown, a beige, a black, something along those lines, and try to find one that doesn't have like big logos on them, because that will look a lot more elegant and a lot more timeless and have this old money aesthetic. Number 9, a classic pair of sunglasses. When the sun's coming out, it's always nice to have a pair of sunglasses. It doesn't only look stylish, it's also good to protect your eyes. I would go for like a mid-sized pair of sunglasses. I think these are the most classic. The bigger or smaller ones are oftentimes a bit more trend-led. They can also look really nice, and if you already have a few pairs of sunglasses that are more classic, you can definitely try a more trendy piece. But in general, if you don't have a big sunglasses collection, I would go for the classics. I like a cat eye shape on my face shape, but that really depends on you. I would just go in a store, look what suits you the best, because every face shape is different. Color-wise, I would go for a brown or a black or a tortoiseshell. Ideally, you have a brown or tortoiseshell and a black one in your collection, because then you kind of are good to go for every outfit. Wearing sunglasses is a really easy way to elevate your look. You look so much more confident and so much more chic when you're wearing sunglasses. So whenever the sun is out, I would definitely go for a classic pair of sunglasses to complete your look. And last but not least, number 10 is a pair of loafers or ballet flats or Mary Janes, just another pair of flat shoe. These are really timeless shoes, so they won't go out of fashion. Loafers have a bit more of a masculine vibe, whilst ballet flats or Mary Janes have more of a feminine vibe. So whatever suits your style best, I would go for first, but you can have both in your wardrobe depending on the outfit you want to style. As with most items in this video, they are also really versatile. You can wear them with trousers, jeans, skirts, dresses, you name it. They will easily adapt to more casual outfits as well as more elegant and evening appropriate outfits. And these were all of my 10 spring capsule wardrobe essentials. I hope you found this video helpful in any kind of way or inspiring. It was a bit of a long one, I believe, but I had a lot to cover and a lot to talk about. If you think I've forgotten something on this list, maybe leave a comment down below telling me what your spring capsule wardrobe essential is. I would be really interested in that. If you're new on this channel and you enjoy this type of content, maybe consider subscribing. I would be incredibly grateful. I post elegant fashion videos, sometimes a little beauty and lifestyle, but mostly fashion. And yes, I feel like I've been rambling on for way too long, so I'm going to sign off here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this week's video, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye!